when someone works in a product company, they can focus on doing something. In the end, will live for tens of years. While in other companies, this is not the case. They're just trying to do something as fast as possible without thinking in the long run how this is affecting the users of the software that they are building.
Welcome back to the DraftKings Life podcast. I'm Rebecca Thornburg, a recruitment marketing specialist.
And I'm Kat, also a recruitment marketing specialist.
And we're your hosts. And in this episode, we're highlighting a teammate who has worked extensively with our products. He's been helping DraftKings grow into the company it is today for 10 years now.
We're excited to welcome Martin Kostov, a software architect here at DraftKings. And thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Actually, I'm excited to be here with you.
Let's get right into the first question. How would you describe DraftKings as an architect, and what do you work on, basically?
Okay, when I started in DraftKings, it was quite some time ago, more than 10 years. So I didn't start as an architect. I started as an engineer. And after that, I was also engineering manager and now an architect. Long story short, those three positions, they are quite different. And as an architect, I have to design systems, what engineers do. But I also have to have a vision, a technical vision and strategy to understand the product, to actually have a way of implementing the product or what our business aims to do in the next few years.
Oh, this sounds great. Thank you for sharing. And I know our engineers and architects are love solving problems. Can you talk about a time when you run into a problem and how you and your team were able to solve it?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, I've published an article about one of those problems in Medium. So whoever is interested actually can check out our Medium channel. Problem that we described there is about issue where we were not providing the best customer experience for our customers who are seeing their betting history. We were having delays there. And in the end, we identified those issues. And there are a lot of details in the article, but in short, we've described how we dealt with this issue. Almost real time in the article because the issue was critical and we had to do something as soon as possible in order to mitigate initially the issue, then do the right thing for the customer and actually provide even better experience than we initially had.
And what was it like to kind of go through that with your teammates and kind of trying new things, working it out? Kind of walk me through a little bit, just like how did it feel for you to find it, solve it, and then see the output?
It is challenging. Sometimes it's really challenging because most of the time we are preparing for the issues. I mean, not for the issues, but we are trying to be proactive to prevent issues. This is the easy part. Because we have time, we can do it without pressure. But sometimes when the issue is on production and our customers are seeing the issue themselves, then it's harder because we have to work under pressure in order to resolve it as soon as possible. So we were grooming different ideas that we can implement as soon as possible. They may not be the best ideas, but it's something that will improve the situation. While other ideas were more for the long term. We've discussed those with the team, and in the end, we've decided, yeah, we're going to do it the right way, but when we have time.
With your experience with DraftKings, it's almost more than a decade. So you've had a lot of experience, worked on many different projects, and have seen the company grow so much. But what's one project you're really proud of?
Well, one of the big projects that I was involved is a promotion, a bonus type that is called early win. We've actually had this not for this, but for previous NFL season. This is when we introduced this bonus, and I'm proud because it's a complicated bonus that involves changes in a lot of systems that we have in DraftKings. We were able to actually have it on production before the deadline, because when we are introducing something that critical, there is a lot of going on. I mean, promotions, we are trying to make our customers use this. I mean, to see that we are improving so they can benefit. And it was challenging because it was not simple and had to deal with a lot of in order to make it happen.
Thank you. Can you describe the DraftKings work culture from your point of view?
As architects or even as engineers, we have to be in a supportive or collaborative culture where everyone knows what has to do, and in the end, they know their goals, because it's trust and respect that makes the culture of a team or a company a good place to work. In my team in particular, flexibility is something that is super important, because I do work with a lot of people, and those people, they have different schedules. And in order to make some things work, one has to be very, very flexible.
And even how have you been personally been able to grow? So you've been a manager, now you're an individual contributor. So what went into that decision, and what have you liked for both?
Well, 10 years in IT industry is quite a lot of time. Some people are changing their jobs, and what I did is changing my responsibilities within the same organization. I've started as an engineer without managerial experience. Then I was promoted to a people manager without this experience. It was a new thing for me. I was not the best people manager in the beginning. I was still trying to do all the coding, do everything by myself. It was not a team at some point, but everyone has to learn from their mistakes, which I did. Then I started actually understanding what a manager or a lead of a team should do. At some point, 3 or 4 years after I was promoted to be a manager of a team, one of the I already knew what I do like about being manager, what I don't like, and most of the things that I liked were around technology and growing people to use technology, while others like tracking projects, whether they're moving in the right direction with the right in the right time milestones. It was not my thing. That's why I actually changed to architecture position, which is individual contributor.
Right. And kind of as a continuation of what you just said, having a great manager is so important for the team's happiness and productivity and everything, basically. So how do you think DraftKings supports managers and their growth and the growth of their teams?
Well, DraftKings supports managers because as a company, they are giving the managers flexibility and tools to help their teams and help themselves, so they can grow, they can move in the right direction, they can do the right thing for the team, and for in the end, when the team is doing the right thing, the customers are also feeling the right thing, because the deliveries of the team are moving our product in the right direction.
What products are you working on right now, or is there a specific team you're working on?
Right now, I'm working in the Betfall domain. Betfall is part of online sportsbook, and the responsibilities of the team are basically life cycle of the bets that our customers are placing. So a customer is selecting few of our offerings, then deciding what amount of money they desire to put, and the bet is being processed. All this is managed by the Betfall team in the company.
Wow. So, and even as an architect, you're really looking at the overall system, like you said. So how does it make you feel that you have had such an impact on even our customers' journey through the apps over the years?
Yes, you're right. I'm looking in the big picture, and by looking in the big picture, I understand where, for example, the most of the time system is waiting. While teams are focusing on their own part of the system. So by looking the big picture, I know that if we improve something in team A, we'll improve the overall processing by 20%. While if we improve something in team B, it will be 1%. So the end result may not be the same.
Very cool. And what's exciting about working for a product company too, where you're able to work on something and see people enjoying it?
When someone works in a product company, they can focus on doing something in a way that in the end makes them feel good. They are not rushing doing the first thing on their mind. They are trying to do something that in the end will live for tens of years. While in other companies, this is not the case. They're just trying to do something as fast as possible without thinking in the long run how this is affecting the users of the software that they are building.
What is your favorite language that we get to use? I know we use a modern tech stack. So is there anything really exciting about the tech that you get to work with every single day?
We're mostly using .NET, but sometimes, depending of the use case, we do use other languages as well. For example, in cases where memory management is not something trivial to manage, we are using languages such as Rust in order to reduce the usage and also the latencies. In the end, even for bed processing, we have millions of customers who are placing bets simultaneously, and we have to provide the best experience for them all.
This has been an amazing conversation. Thank you so much, Martin. And thank you for listening. Make sure to follow us on social media at DraftKings Life, except for LinkedIn, where we're simply DraftKings. This podcast is available on all major podcast platforms, Apple, Spotify, Google, we got you. Be sure to download, listen, and even throw us a 5-star rating. Thanks so much and have a great day.